This is Michael Popok for the Legal AF YouTube channel, Legal AF MTN. You knew that. You're here already. Well, gather round, boys and girls. I feel like I'm telling a bedtime story. Let Uncle Popok tell you about Rudy Giuliani and some ridiculous, hilarious filing that he's just made in a federal court where he's basically admitted that he lied to another federal judge about Donald Trump owing him $2 million for legal fees. He's saying now that it's alleged that Donald Trump owes me money. And don't turn it over to those people over there, the people I owe $150 million to, because I defamed them, Ruby Freeman and Shay Moss, those Fulton County election workers. Don't let them near the money. And it may not even be really a claim anyway. I may have lied to the bankruptcy judge. That's the point of the hot take. He's now calling it in a new filing that I got right here by his lawyer, Ken Caruso. Put a pin in Ken Caruso for a minute. I don't mean literally, like a voodoo doll, like just for the topic. I'll come back to him in a minute. And in their filing, they said it's an alleged $2 million that's owed to Donald Trump. And don't turn that claim over to the other side to go try to collect it, to pay down their $150 million. It may not even be a real claim, meaning you lied to the federal bankruptcy judge. If I were the lawyers for Ruby Freeman and Shay Moss trying to collect on this judgment, and they're very good lawyers, I would circle that and file a motion with the trustee and with Judge Lane, the bankruptcy judge, who already found that Rudy Giuliani lied and committed bad faith filing of his bankruptcy papers, and go for some post-discharge sanctions against Rudy Giuliani for lying about the $2 million. Now, so you can't have it both ways, Rudy and Ken Caruso. I'm looking at you. You can't have it both ways. It's either a $2 million claim that's real, and if it is, it gets turned over to Ruby Freeman and Shay Moss. Their argument is, even if it's real, even if I didn't lie about it, don't turn it over to them because they're bad people. They're going to politicize it. They're going to, don't turn it over till after the election. It's election interference. It'll create a media frenzy. This is words in their actual briefing. I'm not making this up. They'll just wait till November 6th. Don't make it look like I'm suing Donald Trump, and I'm not suing Donald Trump. I'm going to be in a jail cell with Donald Trump. That's how much I'm not suing him. This is Rudy Giuliani. Went from America's mayor to twice indicted, almost 3 times indicted, a criminal defendant, losing both of his bar license, now reduced to doing little listened to, little watched, no subscriber base, no advertisers, except for, I think, a Patreon or something else on America's Mayor. Talk to America's Mayor. You're on the air. He's got a show that if you called up and you asked, like whoever answered, what time does the America's Mayor podcast start? They would say, what time can you get here? That's how few people watch it. So now you got, and now I'm going to pull the pin out of Ken Caruso. Ken Caruso used to work under Rudy Giuliani. Rudy Giuliani was his boss in the U.S. Attorney's Office. Now the guy's in his 70s, so it's not like, but all the beginnings of Ken Caruso's career came because another Italian-American lawyer put him in some of those positions. Like, let's put you in charge of the Gaming Commission in New York. All right, well, that was Ken Caruso. But Ken Caruso even himself said that he was owed money in the bankruptcy and tried to get out of the case against Rudy Giuliani just in May. So the May version of Ken Caruso was, hey, Judge Lane, bankruptcy court judge, federal, can I get out of this case? I'm not getting paid. He needs a real lawyer to handle his appeal. I don't know anything of the appeal. He's got some meritorious arguments, but I'm not getting paid and I don't want to do it. So let me out and let him go hire somebody else. Now, fast forward to October, and now he's like, there's a lot of merit to that. I'm back. New judge, as if the judges don't get together for lunch and they don't know what's going on in each other's courtrooms. To the new judge, I'm back. Hi, same guy, Ken Caruso. I used to work with him. Yes, he owed me money over there, but he doesn't owe me money over here. And I said over there that the appeal he needs to get a real lawyer for the appeal. And now I'm claiming that I know about the appeal and that it's really meritorious, and don't sell off any of Rudy Giuliani's assets because he won't be able to get it back when he wins the appeal. Are you following this? I said it on another hot take on the Midas Touch Network. You know that old adage about putting 100 monkeys or 1,000 monkeys in a room for a weekend with typewriters and see if they could bang out Shakespeare's sonnet by accident? This is sort of like the monkeys trying to bang out Shakespeare's sonnet. I mean, the filing by Ken Caruso, in which he basically admitted to another federal judge that his client lied about a potential claim or a claim that he said he owned, that he listed on his bankruptcy as part of his bankruptcy filing, that Donald Trump owed him money for $2 million. Now he's saying, well, it's alleged. Who's it alleged by, Ken? It's alleged by you and your client in the prior filing. I mean, it's just, I don't even know what to say. You got 2 lawyers involved in this new filing for Rudy Giuliani in the federal court, trying to stop the sale of his, get this is my Pulp Fiction moment. Ready? I want you to picture Christopher Walken in a uniform going to the house of a child Bruce Willis to deliver a wristwatch, the gold wristwatch, and place it in his hand after he gives him the story about all the ways that that watch traveled and was hidden, including up the rear end of his father, and now delivering it to Bruce Willis. Why am I telling this story? Has Popok gone mad? Not yet. Not yet. Not since I launched the new channel. It's because buried on page, this is the heartstring tugging section of the new filing. It says, don't sell all my property. For instance, I got a wristwatch that the debtor has a wristwatch that belonged to Giuliani's grandfather and his namesake, Rodolfo Giuliani. Can't you hear Christopher Walken right at this minute telling Bruce Willis as a child, and this watch belonged, this is my bad, Christopher Walken, this watch belonged to your grandfather, Rodolfo Giuliani, and his father before him, and he inherited it from his father. And now, after this big hunk of metal was up your grandfather and your father's ass who had dysentery, it's now yours. That's about as good as I'm going to get on Christopher Walken. But it's only because it's like ripped out of Pulp Fiction. I don't care about the gold watch inherited from his grandfather and father. Sell it to the highest bidder and pay those poor election workers, Ruby Freeman and Jay Moss, the $150 million that you owe them for being doxxed, for being violently attacked, for having to move out of their house, and for them not being election workers today because they're too scared. And they can't perform their civic duty and be patriots because of you. Auction it, sell it. Mercedes-Benz that owned by Lauren Bacall, sell it. I don't even know. Anybody under 50 who knows who Lauren Bacall is, write in. Give you the hint. Humphrey Bogart. Okay. Sell it all. I don't care about Rudy Giuliani. I care enough to do the hot take. But that's about it. And Ken Caruso, make up your mind. Are you getting out of the case because you're owed money and you don't know how to run an appeal for him? Or you're gonna tout and extol the virtues of the appeal as grounds in the case in front of a new judge? What happened? You got paid? And if you got paid, where'd you get paid from? And if you're doing it for free, tell the world you're doing it for free. Lord knows Rudy Giuliani's left a trail of broken tears. No, that's not it. He's left a trail of tears. There it is. It was like trail of broken hearts and tears. Okay. Of unpaid lawyers. What else would you expect from a lawyer who's lost a non-lawyer who's lost 2 of his bar licenses, 2 out of 2. He's 2 for 2. You know, he owes millions of dollars to the defense lawyers in Georgia where he got indicted. I'm sure he owes money to the Arizona lawyers who's representing him where he got indicted there. He owes this guy, Ken Caruso, money. I mean, he hasn't met a person. He's, what's the old line about Will Rogers? He never met a man he didn't like. He never met Rudy Giuliani. Going to follow it all on Legal AF MTN. Sometimes in a jocular way, sometimes serious, depends on the topic. I try to bring it with the right gravitas for the right moment on Legal AF MTN, where you can subscribe and help us reach our goal to build this network, pro-democracy, in conjunction and collaboration with the Midas Touch Network. So until my next hot take, until my next Legal AF, this is Michael Popok, and I am reporting. In collaboration with the Midas Touch Network, we just launched the Legal AF YouTube channel. Help us build this pro-democracy channel where I'll be curating the top stories at the intersection of law and politics. Go to YouTube now and free subscribe at Legal AF MTN. That's at Legal AF MTN.